Welcome to our podcast, where we bring your stories from some of the finest and timeless books. Today, we will discuss a masterpiece that not only offers romance but also a deep understanding of social class and prejudice. We are talking about Pride and Prejudice, the invaluable novel written by Jane Austen. This novel beautifully blends love, respect, and the struggle against societal constraints. So let's dive into how the love story of Elizabeth and Darcy captured our hearts. Pride and Prejudice is a famous English novel written by Jane Austen, set in 19th century England. The story revolves around the relationship between Elizabeth Bennet and Fitzwilliam Darcy and explores themes of social class, marriage, love, and personal growth. Beginning of the story of Pride and Prejudice begins with Elizabeth Bennet, a sensible, independent, and confident young woman. She is the second eldest of five sisters in the Bennet family. At the time, English society has rigid structures and marriages was considered an essential and inevitable steps for women as their social standing depended on whom they married. Elizabeth's family belongs to the middle class and lacks the wealth needed to secure good and respectable husband for their daughters. Her father, Mr. Bennet, is a wise and sarcastic man, while her mother, Miss Bennet, is constantly worried about getting her daughters married off, as she believes it is their only path to a secure future. During that era, marriage was not just about love between two individuals, but rather a social contract ensuring a family's reputations, wealth, and standing. Because of this, Elizabeth and her sisters are pressured to find suitable husband even though they lack wealth or a high social rank. However, Elizabeth, who is the most mature and understanding among them, doesn't see marriage as merely a social necessity. She believes that love and mutual understanding should be the foundation of marriage rather than economic and social status. Due to this, the belief she had, she often finds herself at odds with her family and those around her, who view marriage as a means of social and financial gains. Right from the beginning of the novel, we see that Elizabeth and her sister face a challenging task finding a good husband. However, Elizabeth firmly believes that marriage should be based on love and true connection. Through the early chapters, we get a deep insight into Elizabeth's personality and perspective on life, along with a clear picture of how society and family expectation influence views on love and marriage. A major turning point into the story occurs when Elizabeth Bennet meets Fitzwilliam Darcy. Darcy is a wealthy and highly respected man with a high social standing. He takes great pride in his status, often looking down on people who do not belong to his class. Elizabeth's first encounter with Darcy is unimpressive. At a social gathering, when someone suggests that Darcy should dance with Elizabeth, he outright refuses, saying that none of the Bennet sisters are worthy of his attention. This rude remark deeply offends Elizabeth and her family. Darcy's arrogance and lack of sensitivity are evident in his behavior. His comment not only hurts Elizabeth but also humiliates her family. This initial encounter shapes Elizabeth's negative opinion of Darcy, reinforcing her belief that he is overly proud and dismissive of those beneath his social rank. As the story progresses, Elizabeth hears more about Darcy's proud and indifferent nature, further solidifying her unfavorable view of him. She believes he is a man who values only his wealth and social status. However, as event unfolds, Elizabeth gradually learns more about Darcy, revealing other aspects of his personality. But at the start, their misunderstanding and personal biases create significant distance between them. The pride of Fitzwilliam Darcy and Fitz Elizabeth Bennet prejudice against him act as barrier in their relationship. Darcy's arrogance and overconfidence in his social standing make him look down on Elizabeth and her family, believing them unworthy of his class. Meanwhile, Elizabeth assumes that Darcy's behavior stems from pure ego and superiority. As the story unfolds, Elizabeth starts to see a different side of Darcy. A crucial moment occurs when Darcy's help Elizabeth's sister, Lydia, escape from a scandalous relationship with the deceitful Mr. Wickham. This act changes Elizabeth's perceptions of Darcy as she realizes he's not just a wealthy, proud man, but also someone with integrity and genuine concern for others. This event marks a turning point where Elizabeth acknowledges that Darcy's actions are not driven solely by pride but by responsibility and kindness. She begins to respect and understand him in a new light. This transformation is significant not only portrays for their relationship but also for their individual growth. They learn the true character is not determined by wealth or social standing but by one's action and intentions. Love is something where Pride and Prejudice glorify. Pride and Prejudice effectively portrays both the beauty of love and the pressure exerted by society. This novel is not just a romantic tale, but also a reflection of societal expectations regarding marriages. At that time, marriage was more of a social obligation than a personal choice based on love. Family reputation, financial security, and societal expectations played a crucial role in deciding whom one should marry. Both Darcy and Elizabeth struggle with these societal pressure. Elizabeth's mother wants her to marry a wealthy man to secure the family's future, but Elizabeth believes that love and mutual understanding are far more important. On the other hand, Darcy also faces societal expectations as he is expected to choose a partner of the same high social standing. Despite these challenges, they ultimately realize that genuine love and mutual respect matters more than social class or wealth. Their journey highlights the importance of breaking free from societal constraints to find true happiness. As they gradually overcome their pride and prejudices, Darcy and Elizabeth begin to truly understand and accept each other. Darcy proves that he is not just a wealthy aristocrat, but a man of integrity and kindness. Meanwhile, Elizabeth acknowledges that her initial judgments were flawed and that Darcy is, in fact, a good hearted person. Their relationship evolves beyond mere attraction. It becomes a bond built on deep understanding and respect. In the end, they get married, and their union represents not just love but also the triumph over societal pressure and personal biases. The novel concludes with Elizabeth and Darcy setting aside their misunderstandings and finding love through mutual respect and growth. Their marriage is not just a romantic union but also a testament to the power of overcoming societal prejudices and personal pride. Pride and Prejudice is not just a love story, it is a thought provoking novel that delves into the themes of social class, marriage, self respect, and personal growth. Jane Austen beautifully conveys that love is not merely an emotion but a bond built on understanding and respect. So, friends, this was the summary of Pride and Prejudice presented through Jane Austen's insightful storytelling. This novel teaches us that love is not just about emotions, but also about understanding the mutual respect. The relationship between Darcy's and Elizabeth is not just a story of romance, but also a journey of personal growth, showing how one can rise above social constraints and prejudices to build a true and lasting relationship. If you are enjoying this podcast, please share your thoughts with us and stay connected for the next episode. Thank you for listening. And remember, love is not just a feeling, but also a deep understanding and respect. Thank you.